Hello, students and faculty of Rollins College. I am Margaret Mead, and it's a pleasure to be able to bring the amazing culture of Samoa to your world. As I may as well address now, because I know you are all staring at it. It happens everywhere that I go in America because it does not fit within the fashion statements that everyone so blindly conforms to. But I bought this thumbstick in the stick center of the world, aka London. Now, a linguistic anthropologist may ask, why is it called a thumbstick? Well, I'll tell you why. You put your thumb in it, like this. I use it everywhere I go because it is not native to American culture and is considered very interesting to those that I run into. And I mean literally run into. There's a reason I've broken my ankle 4 times. One may argue that it's the only reason people are actually interested in what I have to say. Anyways, let us get into the real reason I was asked to come here. All of us here have lived through the torturous stages of adolescence, correct? The shame of our menstrual cycle, the embarrassment during the only 1 hour sex ed classes, the blushing when we see our middle school crush, and the rebellion that we engage in with our parents. In America, children suffer from the lack of knowledge of our own bodily functions, intimacy, and other concepts that are essential for individuals' holistic growth. They are required to learn it on their own, which generally never happens really the way we want. This part of our culture made me wonder if this stage in our lives is preconditioned biologically, or if it has come to terms of our culture and practices. In 1925, I conducted field work in the South Pacific Islands of Samoa, right here, to gather an understanding of non-Western cultures, what their children, specifically young females, are raised to believe, and how to act. I immersed myself into the community in order to fully grasp what it is like to live among the Samoans, and it became abundantly clear that sex roles in an adolescent's psychological state are uncultured. For those of you that don't know what it means, it is generated through society and cultural tendencies, and they're also determined by those around them, simply not by biological factors. Adolescents in Samoa are free to live a sexually permissive life, leading to a more open and honest atmosphere as they grow. Every aspect of one's life is addressed, even the topics that are considered improper in Western societies. Girls are encouraged to practice intimacy with different men before getting married in order to understand what love truly is before committing themselves, whereas in America, a girl is expected to remain mostly celibate until her wedding day, and she may be publicly chastened for her vile actions if she does not follow those expectations. Due to the Samoans' cultural norms of girls engaging in sexual behaviors with numerous men before marriage, and the acceptance of the issues around menstruation, a less rebellious and seemingly torturous adolescent stage occurs. The contrast of enculturation norms between America and Samoa, and how peaceful and self-aware their youths are, show the variable stems from the norms of the civilization and the superorganic tendencies, rather than universal biological factors of adolescence itself. I may be a little biased, but I believe that the publication of my findings helped further the sexual revolution of the 1960s. I helped introduce the ideas that there must be an increase in the acceptance of same-sex relationships, premarital sex, abortion, and all other things that stray away from the traditional Western sexual practices. Sexual freedom allows for an easy transition from adolescence to adulthood. Following my book, The Coming of Age in Samoa, human sexuality became, what the children say these days, a hot topic. Women, as well as men, must not be ashamed for their sexual urges and promiscuity, and must feel comfortable in their own body. I was also one of the first anthropologists to practice the Boasian approach, or otherwise known as the four-field approach, which allows for the study of archaeology, linguistics, physical anthropology, and cultural anthropology, and how each of those plays into a culture or a society. This more in-depth practice allowed me to submerge myself into the Samoan life, again, Samoa, and gather my findings based on an authentic information and experience, rather than simply data. Again, I am Margaret Mead, and thank you for having me, students and faculty of Rollins College.